Yo, what's going on? Mike from Mike Talk Sports. In the Mike Vrabel era for the Tennessee Titans, one thing they've always been missing is that change of pace running back alongside Derrick Henry, and they finally got it in Tyjae Spears. Let me tell you why in today's video I am so excited for his fit with this Titans team. So Tyjae Spears was a third-round pick in this year's draft coming out of Tulane, and in his senior season at Tulane, he was absolutely phenomenal, putting up 1,581 yards on the ground with 19 touchdowns, and he also added 2 touchdowns in the receiving game. Now, over the past couple of years, the Tennessee Titans offense has been very good, but they've been somewhat safe and they've somewhat had a ceiling on their team. And that really comes back to the offensive coordinator, Todd Downing, running that wide zone blocking scheme, that Shanahan system that really excelled for Derrick Henry, as Derrick Henry, contrary to popular belief, works better with the outside zone running concepts rather than the inside zone concepts. But more important than this is Ryan Tannehill and his really nice fit with that Kyle Shanahan-esque offense, as he really excels at play-action boots. But now the Tennessee Titans have changed up their offensive scheme, and this is what makes me so excited about Tyjae Spears, because with that Shanahan offense, that really limited the ability of a running back to be a big part of the receiving game. But now they bring in a new offensive coordinator, as they're tired of Todd Downing in the low upside offense. So they bring in Tim Kelly, a guy who's been a protege of Bill O'Brien, and that's what gets me so excited, guys. We're going to be bringing in that traditional pro-style offense that really allows the scat back Tyjae Spears-esque running back to really excel. When I think about Tim Kelly and Bill O'Brien, I of course think about running backs such as Stephen Ridley, Danny Woodhead, and especially James White. And looking at all three names I just named, their physical talent doesn't even touch Tyjae Spears. Tyjae Spears is a much better prospect coming into the NFL than all three of those guys. So in the same system, I really envision Tyjae Spears to be a perfect complement to Derrick Henry. So let me tell you more about Tyjae Spears' strengths, weaknesses, tendencies as a prospect, and why I'm so excited for him. The first thing you'll notice about Tyjae Spears when you dial up the tape is, damn, that vision is absolutely incredible. His vision and quick mental processor, not only the pre-snap processor, but the post-snap processor, and really the instinct to always hit the correct hole, always hit the correct angle, always hit the correct cutback when he enters the second and third level of the defense. Man, he never leaves a yard, an inch left to have on the table. Tyjae Spears genuinely has one of the best mental processors and vision out of a running back I've seen, and he has the best vision in this year's draft class. So from a mental perspective, it's absolutely 100% all there with Tyjae Spears. Whatever this Titans team asks him to do, he'll be able to conceptualize it extremely quickly and execute it at a very high level very early on into his NFL career. Looking at him from a physical talent perspective, he has very nice above average speed for a running back. He has high-end burst and acceleration, and when you pair that high-end burst and acceleration with that quick mental processor, that makes a running back who is going to catch a defense off guard consistently, as Tyjae Spears in a blink of an eye is going to be 4 or 5 yards down the field with that nice combination of that physical and mental skill set. Something you'll also notice when watching Tyjae Spears is he has really nice jump cuts that consistently make defenders miss on him, breaking tackles consistently at the college level at Tulane. He has very good contact balance as well. He's not someone who's going to go off of arm tackles at all. He's going to consistently break through those arm tackles and those weaker tackles. You have to have very, very low good leverage when trying to tackle Tyjae Spears, and he has so many other ways to make you miss outside of that contact balance and outside of that shiftiness, which really keeps defenders on their toes when trying to tackle Tyjae Spears. And in the receiving game, he's really shown the potential to have really solid hands, above average routes coming out of the backfield. Not only that, he's a guy you can potentially line up in the slot sometimes as well. There's a reason a lot of people are comparing him to Austin Eckler, and it really is that combination of an above average athletic profile, really nice skill set in the receiving game, and again, combine that with that nice mental processor he does have. He's going to consistently not only be able to beat man coverage in the receiving game, but more importantly, He's going to consistently find those soft zones when coming out of the backfield. So on the checkdowns, he's going to be consistently open for Ryan Tannehill. Now, let's talk some negatives and let's get the elephant out of the room now. Obviously, with Spears, it's the injury concerns. He's, of course, torn his ACL 2 times, and the NFL Combine tests with his health were very concerning. Now, he has a lot of cartilage loss in his knees. He outright has arthritis, the early onset stages of arthritis. And, of course, he doesn't have an ACL in one of his knees, which, of course, is very concerning. But his entire senior year, in these highlights that you are watching over this video, he dealt with those injuries already. So you don't have to use your imagination to wonder, hey, what will Spears look like post-injury? No, he already went through those injuries. We know how good he will be early on in his NFL career. It really is a question about that durability. And to me, that's not that concerning considering he is a running back and you'll look to replace a guy 5-6 years into his career regardless. Do I think he's going to be Aaron Jones getting a significant contract going into his 30s? I honestly don't, but again, that's not that big of a concern. He's a very young guy still, and I still think he has 5, 6, 7 good years of usage. Whenever a guy comes out of Tulane, there's significant question marks. Hey, is this guy beating up on bad competition? Well, at the end of this video, as you can see, he played USC with a lot of talent on that USC defense, and he had arguably the best game of his collegiate career. Absolutely embarrassing, top-tier 5-star prospects in a bowl game. So Tyjae Spears has that it factor about him. He will succeed against any level of competition. Now, I am a bit concerned about the Titans' offensive line. They do have some question marks there. Now, they, of course, addressed the offensive line in the first round of the draft, but one of their tackles, a guy who was slated to be their right tackle going into the season, was just suspended because of gambling, and they have a significant question mark, in my opinion, at the center position. But in my opinion, this offensive line is better at run blocking than pass blocking, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue for Tyjae Spears. All in all, I really love his fit alongside Derrick Henry as a nice change of pace running back. And by the middle of the season, I can see him getting a nice snap count alongside Derrick Henry. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on Tyjae Spears? Are you concerned about his injuries? And how will he do in 2023 and going forward?